Hi, I'm Noches Flores, and I'm here because as I was scrolling through the wasteland, previously known as Twitter, I saw a tweet from Beadle and Grimm's, maker of very cool D&D things, and they were asking for some help. Kind of, a little bit. They were asking a question: what is a weapon that you would use in D&D that is not a traditional weapon? And then they gave a list of a few. And while I did think this was interesting, I did think that it also warranted a response. You know, just some help to allow them to use the non-traditional items that they wanted to use as weapons. And so I have those for you here today. Welcome to the Night Lily Cafe, and here is an impromptu swap meet. All right, the top item that they wanted to use was a big slotted spoon. And while this one is a little weird, it is not the first time I've heard of a spoon being used as a weapon. But as I searched through the multiverse, I was able to find the warrior's chef's utensil. This is a wooden slotted spoon that was carved by a chef whose name has been lost to history, even though people from all walks of life still speak about their complex and delicious meals. Legend has it that they would travel throughout every land feeding all they came across, but they were not to be trifled with. For if you angered the chef, they would show you an alternative use of the spoon. This club has a +1 to attack and damage rolls, and while you are attuned to this item, you know how to cook. And if you don't already know how to cook, you become a master chef. I can legally use that, right? Also, at the end of a long rest, you can use the spoon to cook a meal for you and a number of creatures equal to your proficiency bonus. When you do so, you and every creature who ate that meal gain temporary hit points equal to your level. Also, if the meal you served was hot, the warrior chef's utensil deals an additional 1d6 fire damage on attacks, and if it was cold, it deals additional cold damage. Lastly, they did say that they wanted a big slotted spoon, so I had to make sure I found something that fit that description. Normally, it is a club. However, as a bonus action, you can enlarge it into a great club. This lasts until you take another bonus action to shrink it to its original size, or you unattune to it. All right, what's next? A smattering of really hard dried noodles. Okay. Well, we did find something for that. We found this, the infinite bag of noodles. This seemingly unassuming pouch weighs almost nothing, but it always seems to contain dried noodles. As a bonus action, you can retrieve a smattering of a random type of noodles from the pouch. Any noodles pulled from this bag will disappear after 1 hour. The noodles retrieved from the pouch are unusually hard and can be used to inflict some damage as an improvised weapon. So, not everyone is proficient in improvised weapons, so if you're not, it will just deal the normal 1d4 bludgeoning damage. However, if you are proficient, you can use the sharp edge of some of these noodles, since they are unreasonably hard, to deal 1d4 bludgeoning and 1d4 piercing damage. Alright, so what's next? They wanted a screaming goat, parentheses, psychic damage, closed parentheses. Huh, okay, what did we find? Oh, that's why we have a goat in the back. Okay, so, the next thing that we found is the war goat. This is just a goat. This is an actual living creature. The goat screams as it charges into battle and only desires to be in the thick of combat however it can. Oh boy, the goat can choose a creature to be its warrior and will often ask telepathically to be wielded as a weapon. Is this okay? I mean, I guess it's got sentience and can speak telepathically and literally is asking for it, so it's giving consent, I guess? However, it is a full goat, and so it's very heavy. The goat can only be wielded by a creature with 19 strength or higher. However, on a hit, it will deal 1d12 bludgeoning damage. Okay, well, additionally, the first time you land an attack on your turn with the war goat, it will let out a scream, causing each creature besides you within 10 feet to make a wisdom saving throw. If they fail, they take psychic damage. Okay, well, I guess we met the requirements on that. What's next? Syrup! They just wanted plain syrup. Okay, well, we were able to find something for that. A little weird, but all right. You know, everyone has their own things that they want to do, and who am I to step on anyone's creativity? So, today we have the alchemical jug of syrups. This clear glass jug appears to be able to hold a gallon of liquid, and it feels like there is a thick substance sliding around the jug even when it's empty. Crystalline sugar grows unnaturally quickly around the edges of the opening of this jug, and each dawn you can break away the crystalline sugar to make 1d6 daggers. These daggers will melt away after 24 hours. However, as long as you have the jug, that's basically infinite daggers. Also, as an action, you can list a type of syrup, and the jug will fill itself with that type of syrup. As a part of the same action or a subsequent action, you can empty the jug onto the floor, spreading the syrup in an area listed on the table. If a creature steps on it, they must make a strength saving throw or have their movement speed reduced by 10 until they take an action to remove their syrup from their feet, as it, tries to keep it to the ground. It's very sticky. Once you do that, you can only do it once a dawn, but I mean, that's, we did it. What's next? Pumpkin innards. They want pumpkin. Who wants to fight with pumpkin innards? Why are we doing? Okay, we have something for this, right? Okay, yes. Okay. Okay, the first thing that we have is the cursed poisonous pumpkin pie. What is? This delicious looking pumpkin pie was cursed by a pumpkin witch to be lethally poisonous. If a creature consumes any amount of the pie, after 1 hour they will make a constitution saving throw, depending on how much they ate. They could have eaten less than a slice, more than a single slice, or the entire pie. On a failure, the target will take 1d6 poison damage and 1d6 necrotic damage at the start of their turn. That's really not too bad. Oh, at the start of each subsequent turn, they will need to repeat the saving throw. On a failure, each damage type will have its damage increased by 1d10. On a failure, the damage will not increase and they will take half the rolled damage if they have to succeed 3 times for the poison. This feels maybe war crime adjacent or definitely unethical. We will not be selling. This is not a real thing. You can't buy this. Next, okay, so what's the other thing we have? Pocket pumpkin innards. Okay. These are remnants of a pumpkin that were hollowed out for literally any reason. Perhaps it was to make a pie or to make a festive lamp out of the gourd. It's not necessarily useful in combat, but if you have some creativity, that you can find their utility. As long as they're kept somewhere easily accessible, you can use them as a distraction for your attackers. When an attack roll is made against you by a creature within 10 feet, you can use your reaction to throw pocket pumpkin innards at the face of your attacker. That's gross, imposing disadvantage on the roll. Once you've done this, the innards are scattered and you can't use them again. But, I mean, just go find another pumpkin. If the innards were harvested more than 7 days before using, both you and the attacking creature must make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw or become poisoned as you just threw rotting innards. I'm starting to think that this was just a bit that they did, and they didn't actually want any of these items. Does that sound accurate to anyone else? Well, regardless, I did it for real. There's a link in the description where you can download a document with all of these items for free if you want to use them in your games. With that, thanks for watching. I have a lot of other D&D homebrew, and we will be back next week to talk about dragons in a much more organized format. Thank you, and I will catch you next time.